Hey there, Pride fans, and welcome to another edition of the WB Mason Coach Report here on GoHofstra.com. Dan Savarino, Joe Mihalich, the head coach of the Hofstra Pride men's basketball team. Coach, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. We're getting ready for another game here, and then we can get our guys a little time for their exams.
Well, Coppin State Wednesday night, did 2 games last week. It were both wins. Norfolk State last Tuesday, and then another double-digit win up at Appalachian State over in Boone, North Carolina. Just overall, what are your thoughts on the 2 wins?
Well, I mean, we're playing without a big guy. I mean, Musa is not back yet, nor is Rokas back yet. So, to get a win on the road at App State, to take care of business against a good team. Norfolk State's a good team. To beat them here without a big guy is, and that's not to say Andre Walker isn't out there plugging and doing the best he can, but those other 2 guys, were a little more effective. They're good wins.
Well, when you look at the big story, at least on Tuesday's game, Norfolk State, you have another CAA Player of the Week. It's Amin Tanksley for the 2nd week in a row. He's averaging, leading your team right now in scoring, averaging close to 17 points per game, being able to put up a big 30-point performance last week. What has it been about him that's been clicking so far?
Well, he's making his shots, and I'm not trying to be a wise guy, but he's making his shots, but he's taking good shots. You make your shots when you take the shots that you can make, at the right time. And I think he'd be the first to tell you that he's at the end of the play, but there's a lot of guys at the beginning of the play. Whether it's Wanye Green making the pass, I mean, he's leading the conference in assists. His assist-to-turnover ratio is ridiculous, but he gets it going. Wanye gets it going, and we have a bunch of guys that really share the game. They really share the ball, and Amin's been at the end of the plays, and other nights it's Brian Minardi at the end of plays, and Wanye's at the beginning and the end of plays. So. He's taking good shots, and people are finding them.
So you mentioned about shooting, and obviously Bernardi and Tanksley, 2 guys who are top 20 nationally right now, actually a 3-point field goal percentage.
Don't jinx them.
Don't want to jinx it so far, but as a team, you're still 11th overall. What has been working about the 3-ball this season, and why are you going to those deep shots instead of trying to find it down low more?
Well, I don't think it's a deep shot. I don't think the college 3 is a deep shot. It's a good shot. It's a regular jump shot for these guys. I think the NBA 3 is a deep shot. But I don't think it's a deep shot. If you're open, that's a good shot. And we have guys who can shoot the ball. So, you got to dance with the girl you brung. We're basically a team of all guards. Against App State, we were 5 guards on the floor 80% of the game. And so, you do what you do best. I mean, it would be silly to post up Brian Minardi down low, wouldn't it? Yeah. With him being such a good shooter. So, it's something we do well. And as long as we don't, take bad shots, we think it's a good shot.
Well, how do you feel everybody's been doing, especially, you mentioned before, without Rokas, without Musa, Andre Walker putting in some minutes there, but when you are playing 5 guards on the floor, how do you think this team is adjusting to the adversity of without a big and dealing with bigger bodies down there low?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. They've adjusted very well. I mean, they're a bunch of gamers. They're winners. They don't care who's on the floor. It's made them fight a little more. It's made them compete a little bit more. They're up to the challenge. They're not that kind of person. I don't think anybody on our team is where they say, "Oh, woe is me, somebody's hurt." It's more like, okay, somebody's hurt. We got to do a little bit more. Let's dig down deeper. Let's play a little harder, and that's what winners do. And I think we got a team full of winners.
Well, on Sunday against App State, the ball really wasn't falling for Amin for the first time in a while, and you were able to get.
I think somebody jinxed him.
Well, sorry about that, Coach.
No, you didn't.
Well, when you look at just everybody else chipping in, Malik Nichols, his first double-double as a Hofstra Pride. What was it about him in that game that was really working for him? 10 boards and 10 points as well.
He's practiced well going into the game. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I was surprised. He didn't have such a good first half. He had a really, really good second half. And I thought he'd have 2 good halves. I really thought it was going to be his breakout game. He saved it to the second half, and it kind of was his breakout game. But he's had really good practices. I think he's starting to get more comfortable, more confident, a little more understanding of his role, and that is to be that scrappy guy. Go get rebounds, play defense, make the right plays on offense, and I think he's starting to understand.
So something we haven't really touched on much so far this season has been the guys off the bench, really. Jamal Robinson still averaging close to 20 minutes a night, but he's not starting anymore. How do you feel he is adjusting to this role of coming off the bench and still playing big minutes?
Well, and Deion Nesmith, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Deion comes off the bench as well. And, I brought those 2 guys in beforehand. I've said before publicly, we have 8 guys that could be starters. We really do. And I wish we could start all 8. But you got to bring somebody off the bench. And you always want to have a good product on the floor. The best thing for our team was to bring Deion and Jamal off the bench It makes us a really, really good team when we make a substitution. So by bringing them off the bench, we always have 5 really good players on the bench, and they you know, it's not hard to accept it, and not easy to accept. That's hard, but I think they have. I think they enjoy it. You know, we always talk about the role in your team. Know your role, accept your role, perfect your role. I think they know it. I think they've perfected it, and I think they've accepted it now too.
Well, last game before the break for obviously finals and everything. Everybody is a student athlete here, so you have to get ready obviously for finals. And then Columbia, LaSalle, so the schedule doesn't get much easier after the semester ends. But let's look at tomorrow night's game against Coppin State, a team that, you know, they're in the MEAC. They don't win as many games as they expect to so far early on this year, but still a pretty good test going down in Baltimore. I know you guys are staying at the same hotel as you would for the CAA tournament. How do you think that whole process is going to end up helping you guys, you know, down the line?
Well, that's part of it. That's part of what we've told the guys is, you know, we want to be good in Baltimore because that's where our tournament is. And so here's a game in Baltimore, and then we have 5 games in Baltimore, and this is the first of those 5 games. Hopefully 5 games. Hopefully we play 3 right in March, but that's the plan. That's what everybody's goal is, to play those 3 games. So, you know, that's part of it too. We're going to stay at the same hotel, as you said, and get our guys to thinking about, you know, being a good team in Baltimore.
All right, Coach, finally, what are your keys to tomorrow night's game?
Well, this is a dangerous team. They shoot, you know, they're one of the top teams in the country in 3-point field goals attempted. And they're really, really fast. Their pace is frenetic. You know, we really got to get back on defense. We've got to get back. We can't let them get easy baskets in transition. You know, we got to defend the three-point shot. They're going to take a bunch of them anyway. And we always say long shots, long rebounds. So with those long shots that they're taking, we got to be ready for some long rebounds and give them just 1 shot in the basket.
Well, Coppin State tomorrow night. Catch all the action on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network, 88.7 FM, WRHU. He's Joe Mihalich. I'm Dan Savarino. We'll catch you next week.